back to my channel. It's Miranda, aka Mastermind M, and today I am back with another, I don't know, random video, I guess. It's a video that I've been planning on doing, but it was kind of like down the list. I just decided to go ahead and do it today because it fits the circumstances of my life right now. So fun fact, it is actually 4:40 a.m. I just got off work. And number one, I felt inspired because it's October 8th. It's still the beginning of the month, and I set my intentions and I kind of got myself back on track because I have not been as productive as I should have been and wanted to be since I've moved back. It's going on like 3 months now. And number two, I kind of planned on doing certain things before I went to work this evening. If y'all didn't know, I work overnight, and I didn't. I was lazy, and throughout working I was listening to this certain podcast and it kind of got me inspired. So I'm like, you know what, also let me just give y'all a background. So I've been struggling. I'm going to give y'all a little life update since the last time I talked to y'all about my move. I know in that video I tried to keep things positive, on a positive note, and tell y'all about how my moves have been good for me. But I'm gonna just let y'all know right here, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you. I've been struggling. I've been struggling with productivity. I've been struggling with adjusting to my new environment and kind of coexisting with my father in his house. Not anything against him specifically, but just coexisting with another being more frequently, because I didn't, like, even though I had a roommate before, I didn't see her as much. It was kind of like I had the apartment to myself, because when I was there she really wasn't there, when she was there I really wasn't there. So it's not that it's not the case like that right now. But yeah, not to mention the job I work overtime. I work anywhere from like 9, 10, 11 hours 5 days a week. And even though that has me tired, I've been knew before I even started the job that I can just sleep for 6 hours and that's enough rest. But I have not been sticking to that. I've been sleeping for more than 6 hours. I've been sleeping until it's time to go to work, which is a big no-no for me, because we can't do that. We can't afford to do that. Like, especially now, I look at it and 2 months have went by that I've even been at this job, and what do I have to show for it? Not saying I have absolutely nothing, but I think y'all can kind of tell if you're keeping up with my videos that I've been trying to get back in the track of things. I've been creating my videos because I've been behind on my YouTube videos, and then some things y'all haven't seen behind the scenes I've been working on as of this week, because I just got out of whack. Like self-care, self-development, stuff like that. Like that stuff had kind of been on a pause. Not purposefully, just the job. But I don't want to talk too much about that. I actually was planning on making a whole video about that, but I decided not to. But it depends. I keep going back and forth with my thoughts. But at the end of the day, yes, I'm struggling, and I am actively battling that, and I have been kind of restructuring how I navigate. So like I said, top of the month, October, I set my intentions. I've been trying to stay strong to that. And honestly, I might give y'all an update at the end of the month, or just later period, let y'all know how I've been. Have I been being consistent with my productivity and the methods that I've been incorporating? So with all that being said, let's get into today's video. I'm gonna keep it a little casual because I just got off work. Like I said, I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go home. I'm actually at my mom's house, not my dad's house. But that's another reason. Like, yeah, I might end up making a whole video about my struggles in YouTube itself. But anyway, so what I want to talk about today, I have in my phone, and I've thought on it, and I have my thoughts already in my mind, but as I talk to y'all today, I'm gonna just let it flow. But yeah, so that topic is the fact, and it kind of goes along with what the whole rant I just did, but basically the topic is I didn't love the life I had I created a life I love. So, and that might be the title of the video. And I'm going to explain to y'all how I did that. I'm going to explain to y'all how I pulled myself out of these holes, out of these ruts when I am struggling like I currently am, and things like that. So I feel like at the beginning of our existence, you know, whatever you believe, who your creator or whatever, or how you came about, we came about. So we was created, we was put here on this earth, or whatever. So that was not up to us, you know. We had to be created. We didn't create ourselves. But I look at it as, from that point forward, everything that happens is at what's the word, mercy, at the mercy of our decisions, if that makes sense. Even from when, well, I don't want to go too deep. I was gonna say even from when you were a baby, but you know what, let me put it like this. From the moment that you gain consciousness, so you get older, you get of age, honestly, as a baby you still have consciousness, but just not to get too technical, I feel like once we're created, it's like, to kind of put it into simpler terms, it's like we're created and then our life is like on a silver platter and it's given to us like, here you go, after we're created. And everything after that is up to us. It's like our destiny is up to us. Like our life, literally, we create it by the decisions we make, and we determine the direction and the route that it goes by our decisions. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but if you just think about it, just if you think about it long enough, I think you'll see where I'm coming from. Because I always had this theory, how, I'm lying, I didn't always have this theory. I actually had this theory, fun fact. I was back home and I was chilling with my cousins, my family period, but my cousins were over my mom's house, and my cousin was smoking the blunt, and I did not hit the blunt. However, I got high off contact, because that's just something that happens to me. Like, my tolerance for marijuana is very, very low, unlike alcohol. So I got high off of contact. And I remember later that night I was taking a shower and I was like high as hell in the shower, and I was thinking to myself, because in the shower, y'all, like, I was literally laughing, like laughing out loud. Like, you would have thought I was watching a comedy show, but nobody else knew, because it was just me in the bathroom. I was just in the shower, and in my mind, like, my subconscious mind knew I was tripping, aka high as hell. But it's not that in the moment that I thought anything was wrong with it. But in that shower, so in the shower, I had this realization. It was like a big light bulb was over my head, and I was like, as I'm sitting here in the shower, killing myself laughing for no reason other than I'm high. Like, I wasn't listening to anything, I wasn't watching nothing, I was just laughing. And I was just thinking about the fact that my family was still, because we was on the porch, I was thinking about the fact that they were still on the porch. We all are living in this exact moment, but they not laughing as hard as I'm laughing. And that's when I had this light bulb moment, like, bruh, we all are given life, right? Obviously, it's not the exact same detail by detail, but we all are given this thing called life, right? And this can happen to me, and that can also happen to you. But what's gonna make it different, what's gonna make our experiences different, is how we perceive it. So at that given moment, nothing was going on that was funny. However, I perceived that moment in life hilariously. Like, I was killing myself laughing, and that was because I was high. But I was just thinking in that moment, like, this is crazy. I am laughing, like I am genuinely enjoying myself, having a good laughter in this shower, and my family is out on the porch still chilling, probably conversing or whatever. And even though they may be laughing, they're not laughing as hard as me. depending on the conversation they may be having, you know, they probably have a complete opposite emotion going on right now. And that just made me think like, yo, that's crazy. Like, we all can have essentially the same life. You can take two people and give them the exact same life, and what's gonna make it different to them, or what makes it appears to be different, is their perception. I was not trying to get into all that in this video. I just wanted to throw that part in there. I know my story time got a little long-winded, but if you feel me, let me know. Like, at the end of the day, you could take two people, give them the exact same life, and what's gonna make the life different, even though it's the exact same, is their perception. But anyway, I think that ties into what I'm trying to say. So basically, I said I didn't love the life I had. I created the life I loved. And I feel like a lot of us have the power to do that. We just don't maybe have the resources or the knowledge to do it. So I'm gonna try to help y'all. So like, for instance, me, I didn't hate my life or nothing like that. It's just, for a while, was very subpar, very mediocre, very unfulfilling, sadly. And I flipped all that around. Like, I, number one, had the idea to change it. It has to start with your thoughts, and it has to start with you wanting to change it. Like, you're not gonna create the life you love just accidentally. Like, you might, but it starts with intention. So I got intentional about that when I realized I was living kind of mediocrely. I don't think that's the word, but it's okay. I was living very unfulfilled and things of that nature. So that's when I started leaning into like figuring out my purpose, my passion, and down the line I would come to find out that, you know, I didn't have self-love and stuff like that. So then I would amp up my self-care. But to be more specific, like, some of the things that I did that y'all can do if you feel like you aren't living a life that you love, whether, and that can be in any category. Like, if you just sit down and think about your life and like take inventory of the different categories, such as family, financials, career, spiritual, health, things like that. Just put it all together and overall look at it and really ask yourself if you're living a life you love. Don't limit it to one category. You may love the relationship you in, but you may hate how your finances look, something like that. But that's what I'm saying. Don't seclude it to one area. Like, take all those areas and really ask yourself, like, do I love my life? And let that be your, I don't know, let that be your I don't know, star, your guided star. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a little sleepy right now. But anyway, yeah, just take inventory, ask yourself that question. And if your answer is no, then start thinking of ways that you can change that little by little though. So like, for instance, for me, I think the first thing that happened was that I realized I did not have a defined relationship with God. So this kind of happened in college. I'll give y'all one more story time and then I'll kind of wrap it up so I won't be too long-winded. But I just remember, I don't know how far I was into my college years. If I had to guess, I would say my sophomore year, maybe even late freshman year, I don't know. But I just remember thinking one day, like, dang, like, I know there's a God, but I don't truly have a relationship with him, or I don't truly know him, or like, I felt like I knew he existed, but we wasn't friends yet, if that makes sense. Like, I saw him over in the distance, but we had never crossed paths, if that makes sense. Now, granted, when I was younger, I was kind of like in and out of churches. I didn't grow up in the church. I was in and out of different churches with my grandma, with my auntie, with other people and things like that. But I never understood things, you know, like, I didn't read the Bible. When I did, I couldn't understand it. I tried to download apps to my phone that would help you understand the Bible. I just never prioritized finding time to read those because I was, like I said, I was in college, so I had college work to do, so I just never prioritized. I'm not gonna say I didn't have time for it. I just didn't prioritize it. And then as I got older, I just started questioning if that was the route I wanted to take. Like, some things, I'm not gonna get too specific because this isn't that I'm gonna actually make a full video on my whole stance on like my religion, my spirituality, things like that. But I just realized it was some things that was questionable to me, that if I would have asked somebody, they couldn't really explain to me. It was just, we're believing this because we was told to, and we have for years, and the rest of our family does, therefore you should believe it too. No one ever said those words to me. That's just how I perceived it. So I came along being the one to ask, well, why? Well, why? Well, why we believe this? Well, why? Yada, yada, yada. So that's where the whole thing came about, where I decided to pull back and decide that I wasn't going to be religious and I was going to be spiritual instead. And yeah, so that was just an example. Like I said, it started with me wanting a deeper relationship with God, then things unfolded step by step after that. So like, for instance, something else I did to help me create a life I love, I figured out what I was interested in. So like, for instance, I can list, I said for instance like 50 times, I can list out the different things I have brought to this channel that y'all have seen me do that I genuinely enjoy, such as spending time in the park, spending time alone, period, doing self-care that looks like journaling, doing self-care that looks like little personal development exercises and things like that. I didn't always do those things. Like, it took me to experiment with different things. It took me to seek out things. Like, all that stuff didn't just fall in my lap. I had to experiment. I'm trying to see, was there ever something I did that didn't stick? I can't think of nothing right now. But basically, it took me to experiment with different things to see what it was that I was interested in and that would stick, so that I would continue to do it. And from that point, I just kept doing it so I could add more and more things to my list of things that make me happy. So essentially, I guess the formula would be try different things so that you can create this full list of different things that make you happy, right? Okay, that's the first step. The second step would be to kind of start implementing those things in your everyday life. You don't have to do those things every single day, but I would suggest you doing at least one of those things every single day. Like, for me, that's my journaling. That's me waking up each day, and I can admit that I've been slacking on that, but at one point in time I was good on it, and I seen a major difference in how I perceived life once I did this. But that's my journaling. When I wake up and I do my 333, I write 3 things I'm gracious for. Wait, gracious? Is that the word? Grateful. I think it's the same thing. But 3 things I'm grateful for, then 3 affirmations, and then 3 things that make me happy. And I like to focus on the smaller things so that I can be reminded that the small things that make me happy are more attainable. Like, I'm not gonna put going to Bali for vacation as one of those. That's not as attainable. I know I'm gonna put something smaller, like seeing my nephew, seeing my niece, things like that, because that's more attainable. So then that way your subconscious mind is registering that something that makes you happy is not that far away. So you should have something to look forward to. You should be excited about life, instead of putting something that's so something that's far and not so attainable to you. And then that way your subconscious registers, okay, well, that makes her happy, but that's kind of far away, so happiness is far away. No, you don't want to do that. So that was just an example of something I did, and that's honestly just one thing. I listed a few more other things, but those are not the only things. So if you don't take anything else from this video today, because I know I'm ranting and I'm getting my words kind of twisted up because I'm a little sleepy. Like I said, it is almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been at work since 6 p.m. But yeah, just like I said, number one, take inventory of your life and really have that conversation with yourself. Like, just take a moment of silence and think about your life. If you need to write it down, you know, categorize it, because I'm that type of person. I gotta put it on paper. I gotta organize my thoughts, categorize it, and things like that. And if you decide that you are not like truly happy with your life, like, work on fixing it. Figure out the things that you like. Figure out the things that make you happy. Figure out what are some free or affordable ways to start doing certain things that make you feel better. Do those more often and get creative. Like, make you a long list so that you don't look at that list of things that make you happy and that shit small. Like, you don't want that. Like, you need you a long list, so when you feeling down, when you struggling, you in a rut, you can pull that list out and you can refer to that and you can incorporate some of those things into your life. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm never gonna come on these videos and try to tell y'all something I have not done before. What happens is I kind of test these theories, test these things on myself first before I share them with y'all. And once they work on me, that's when I bring it to y'all so that I can have some type of credibility, even though y'all just got to take my word, because I know y'all probably don't actually see it in action. Unless you know me personally, then you see the significant change. You know me personally, you've seen the significant changes I've made in my life over time and over the years, and you see that I have changed. But for those who may come across these videos who don't know me, y'all just gotta take my word and just do it. Like, if it works out, let me know. Come back to the video, comment, DM me, you know, just let me know, because that's my main thing. My main goal when I make these videos is to help people better themselves and better their lives. Like, improve, elevate, like arrive at a higher level of what you was at, you know. I'm just trying to impact some lives. Like I said in my last 2 videos, impact, that's the key word. I'm trying to impact some people's lives. I'm tired, y'all probably can tell, but I felt motivated. I felt the need to push through and go ahead and make this video. And honestly, I'm really happy I did. And now I just realized that this is something I can continue to do, because I'm gonna end it on this. I promise. That was another thing. I was struggling with making my YouTube videos because my office is right across from my dad's bedroom. So if I get off work or I'm trying to make my videos while he's at home or he's asleep, like, I may be disturbing him, because I'm quite sure he can hear me. My office is right across from his bedroom while he's trying to sleep and get ready for the next day. So that has been another reason why I have been kind of slacking, but I just kind of found the solution to that. So I'm excited. I can most likely get back to my not bi-weekly, I'm gonna just say weekly videos, because I'm trying. The goal is 2 videos per week. Weekly sounds like 1, but I'm just gonna say weekly, even though in my mind I know I'm talking about 2 videos per week. But yeah, I have my mom's house to myself on certain days of the week. So what I'm going to do is just start coming over here the days that she's not here and I got the house to myself, so I can just set up my camera, get into the video. She got good lighting, you know, we cooking with grease. So thank y'all for watching this video. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you. Consider subscribing if you find any type of value in this content, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.